Was he a dying patient savior or a cold-blooded killer? Those questions will probably always be asked about Dr. Jack Kevorkian, the man known as Dr. Death, who allegedly assisted in as many as 130 suicides. Kevorkian died this morning at the age of 83. And the man who defended him at trial, Jeffrey Feiger, joins us live from Detroit. Jeffrey, good to see you. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Chris. And I doubt very many people will ever remember him as a cold-blooded killer. Obviously, there are some on the fringe, but I think most of us would recognize not only his greatness and his kindness and his beneficence and his importance.
There is still an ongoing debate, though, about assisted suicide, as you well know. And I remember our conversations when he went to prison and when he was released. And you knew him so well. What was it about this cause that made him willing to go to prison?
Well, he was a historic man who believed absolutely from the bottom of his soul in the right of the patient before him to make decisions about his or her own life and to be able to make decisions about ending one's own suffering, even if that meant ending the patient's life. He thought that was the role of a physician, and he was right. And I really think that the debate about it, at least in terms of his opponents, has been marginalized. There hasn't been the slippery slope that was predicted. Oregon and Washington State have permitted it for years, and there haven't been any of the dire predictions. And now with the Medicare and Medicaid debate, the fact that you can't just spend money limitlessly to keep people alive based upon a philosophical or religious belief. In the coming decades, Dr. Jack Kevorkian will be looked at as a hero, true hero, and as a martyr for what they did to him for 9 years, putting him in prison in the deepest holes of Michigan's prison system and holding him incommunicado.
And he had been in the hospital for the last couple of weeks. I wonder, Jeffrey, when the last time was that you spoke with him, and did you talk to him about his legacy?
No, he didn't. No, Jack was never a guy who liked to look back, and as a result, neither he nor I have ever written about it. He and I were together a lot during the making, most recently, of the Al Pacino movie and the documentary. He had entered the hospital several weeks ago and gotten out, and I spoke to him just before he went back in. Since he's been in the hospital, no one's spoken to him. The doctors wanted him to be not have any guests. I spoke to his physician every day, his personal physician, Stan Levy, but I had not spoken to him since he went back in the second time. He's been there about 10 days.
Again, Jack Kevorkian died this morning at the age of 83. Jeffrey Feiger, his defense attorney and friend, good to see you again. Thanks so much for coming on, and
Thanks,
again, our
Chris.
sympathies.
Thanks for having me.